When you watch a kid's movie, they don't be actively showing people getting murked. But trust me, there are signs. Kevin McCallister is the first one to come to mind. When I was a kid, I was voting for Kevin to win. They showing us grown men trying to rob a child. So obviously, every time Kevin would drop a nuke on them, I was like, incredible. But now that I see the way he was doing the wet bandits, I realized that this little ass kid was the real villain. Especially in Home Alone 2. You've gotta understand, they managed to escape prison and were now simply just trying to make some money. So they got the idea to try and rob a toy store since it's Christmas, until they saw Kevin nearby. So now they're chasing after him on some Tom and Jerry type timing until they decide it's too much work and just focus on robbing the toy store. And that brings us to the traps that Kevin set up. And you can't convince me that he wasn't trying to kill them. Cause like I said, they left him alone. But he purposely set up the traps, then went back over to the toy store and started smiling once he saw that they were robbing the place. They ain't even bothering no one this time. They literally went from robbing homes to robbing toy stores. It's still a crime, but hey, I see the vision. But Kevin still wanted to beat their ass for it. Knocked on the window, waved, and made sure to take a pic before throwing a rock to break the glass. And when the bandits ran outside, they got caught in the trap. You can't tell me he ain't try to send them down below. Only reason they still alive is cause the writers were in the booth bullshitting. Man couldn't even speak. He was talking about some hi. What did you say, nigga? Hopefully that CTE ain't contagious. They chase him all the way back to the house, and Kevin was on the rooftop looking down at them. Lil man on the sidewalk wanted to have a simple conversation though. Yo, Lil man, what's up? Me bamba. Oh no, that CTE really hidden. I thought he was speaking that lorem ipsum. He don't know what's going on. Kevin was tired of hearing him speak, so the nigga took up a brick. He said nah, he can't speak, and took up a murder weapon and threw that bait on one of their heads. He talking about some yes when bro is laid out. I'm telling you, the plot armor is the only thing saving them. Cause they even dared bro to throw another one, and what if I told you he even threw down a third one? He went 3 for 3. They were like, man, he don't got no more bricks. We good now. Until the one on the ground saw that Kevin reloaded. He started talking that bullshit too. It's okay, bro. Kevin was so proficient at what he does, the bricks weren't even the worst part. He kicked down the door, and before he could even take a second to celebrate being able to actually enter the house, a whole bunch of tools just fell on his head. You've got to think, if the wet bandits were really just normal people, man, Kevin's kill count would be outrageous. Just look! This one was covered in paint now, and you're thinking, aight, it can't get any worse than this. But the camera pans, and Kevin is there. He wanted to witness this murder firsthand. He flicked the switch, and the bandit got electrocuted so crazy. I was like, oh, he getting treated good. Pass me her number. My pencil also needs to be sharpened. And not to mention, when Kevin waited for them to start climbing down the rope, just to light a match on fire and smirk. He knew what he was doing. Not even Naruto could save Kevin now. He's too far gone. But what if I told you that there was a certain scientist who's just as crazy? He don't got as many crazy clips though, but the one that he has needs to be talked about. When watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, you would think that this is a simple movie about a guy who creates a machine that turns water into food. But you're wrong. You've got to ask yourself, why is it that Earl was always running, talking about some Flint, Lockwood? It's cause he knew the type of being he was dealing with. Even when Flint was just a little kid, he created the spray-on shoes. And ever since that day, he ain't never take them bitches off. He ain't even try to find a solution to possibly take them off. He just has his sweaty feet constantly covered up. He's a psychopath, bro. Wipe him off the map, please. Even his own dad was worried about his behavior. Flint, son, don't you think it's time to go get a job? You know that J-O-B. Who you talking to? Oh, nah. He's gotta flip them sardine Big Macs now. Son, just get a job for now. But if this don't work out, I can still be a SoundCloud rapper. Here, please, listen to this song.
Kablow, kaboom. Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
It's fire, right?
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta get this nigga his props. That shit was trash, my nigga. You consistently drop the trash.
So after all that, I ain't surprised that Earl be trying to arrest him every second. He's a menace to people's physical safety and to their ears. Until one day, Earl came looking for Flint to ask him if he could make it rain something special for his son's birthday, which gave Flint the perfect opportunity to harm people. He made it rain ice cream. So now Earl is happy and distracted. Cal asked Flint, yo bro, you wanna have a snowball fight? And he started rubbing his hands, talking about some.
Is there like a point system, or is it to the death?
He wanted to make sure the coast was clear. Once he got the green light and was told he could throw the snowballs as hard as he wants, he went straight for Cal. Your dad's been pissing me off. And he wasn't done. He saw two kids and an old man and sent that man to his grave. Headshot this little nigga. You can't convince me the animators ain't know what they were doing. He's no longer with us. And this is where it gets creepy. The haunting of Flint Lockwood. He entered the house and was already eyeing down the father, staring into his soul. He knew exactly where he would be and told him to stop reading. We don't do that performative stuff around here. Put the book down, bro. And he was ecstatic. He tiptoed down the hall and was staring down this room on the left. Turned his head and looked at him. Gave a weapon to the wrong individual. He's looking in that back corner. Why? Because he knows his victims are sitting there playing. Kid was gone, arms out to the side. The daughter hid that nervous side eye, asking to be spared, but it was too late.
You're done.
He turned around, realizing the mom was still home, and made sure to pack her up too. They nah slick. The next one we gotta talk about is Toy Story 3. Lotso was pure evil. They were trying to escape from the daycare and go back home, but Lotso ain't let that shit slide. Y'all niggas ain't going nowhere. And once he saw the garbage truck coming up the road, he gave them a choice. Either they kiss the ring or they get dumped with the garbage. But once he disrespected his own minion, that's when he went too far and got thrown into the dumpster. But he wasn't going down easy. He grabbed onto Woody and dragged him down. So the whole team ended up in the dump truck, and the entire time from that point on, they were just trying to survive. Make it back home to Andy. At one point, they even saw Lotso, who was stuck under a whole bunch of trash, and they went over to save him. So you're thinking, hey, this is a wholesome ending. Yo guys, I think I see daylight. We're home. Until they quickly realized that it wasn't daylight. It was an incinerator. They were all trying to run for their lives and even helped Lotso get the chance to climb up the ladder. But instead of simply pressing the button to stop the incinerator, this nigga started frowning. Remember them throwback videos? Y'all niggas were laughing at my feed. He was talking to himself like, yes! They deserve to die! All of them! And just ran off without saving them, leaving them all to potentially get burned alive. There are like 9 of them too. He was trying to get that Devious squad wipe. Once I saw that smirk, I knew. He wanted to tell his Build-A-Bear grandkids the story of how he got rid of the 9 toys who disrespected him. Needed that dad lore. Finally, we have Frollo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This movie literally starts off with him chasing down a woman, taking her baby and kicking her onto the stairs. And his kill count was already at 1. We're not even 4 minutes into the movie and he's already killed someone. He even looked at the baby and was like, oh shit, and was ready to drop the baby down the well until someone passed by and told him that it was wrong. He can't just be going around killing gypsies, bro, and that he should raise the child as his own. He looked back at the kid and was like, fine, but he has to live with you at the church, and his name will be Quasimodo. And Frollo proceeded to lock Quasimodo in the bell tower of the church and forbade him from ever going outside. Like, for real though, like, don't go outside, bro. I don't want no one knowing you exist. So after 20 years pass by, now Quasimodo wants to attend the festival they're having. So he sneaks out, but when they see him, they decide to throw tomatoes at him and embarrass him. Except for one woman named Esmeralda, who's a gypsy, and goes out her way to save him and speaks out against King Frollo. So obviously, Frollo got mad. He hates gypsies, and Quasimodo is one ugly ass nigga. And on top of that, once he saw how she was moving to escape from getting arrested, he said, nah, she not human. She one of them Doctor Strange variants.
Lock 'em up.
Oh man.
Lock 'em up.
Only problem was though, she went ahead and hid in the church, and when he found her, she claimed sanctuary, so she was safe as long as she stayed in the church. But Frollo just pretended to leave and hid behind a pillar before sneaking behind and grabbing her, talking freaky. You so fine. And once she told him to kick rocks, he decided to kill half the population of Paris.
Me bamba.
What? You said I'm an ugly ass nigga. You get him, boom! I'm not even trolling. Quasimodo helped her escape from the church, so Frollo was looking for her on that Inglorious Bastards type timing, looking under floorboards to find gypsies hiding under them. He even went to confront this nice family.
Nope, sir, we just helped some travelers. Please, we ain't know they were gypsies.
He said, wrap it up.
Burn them niggas.
But sir, I'm not gonna harm innocent people. Fine, bro. I'll do it myself.
Burn them niggas.
Luckily, Phoebus jumped in to save the family, but this man Frollo has some serious problems. And he continued to do worse, cause he really did burn down half of Paris. All because she ain't wanna give up the pom pom. At the end of the movie, he even had Esmeralda tied up in front of a crowd and told her to pick between being his woman or being alive, and even tried to kill Quasimodo too. Man, he was wicked.
Seems to